What's up, guys? I hope you're having a good day. But, anyways, real talk, alone time. So, we all need alone time. We all have our social battery. It eventually runs low. Had enough of people for the day. And we just want to sit in a room and be alone. I get plenty of alone time because some of y'all may not know, but I'm an alone child. And it's cool. It's got its perks, but sometimes it's boring, but I'm used to it. But, anyways, a lot of us feel alone sometimes. I've dealt with that a lot. I feel sometimes like I'm the only one who thinks the way that I do. I'm the only one who has the values anymore that I do, or like cares about God in the sense that I do. That's at least how it feels at school and stuff like that. Like, sure, when I go to church, yeah, there's plenty of people around me who know and love God, but like when I'm at school and around like some of my friends, it just feels like sometimes I'm the only one and I'm just like strange because I'm the only one who doesn't want to do this stupid stuff. I'm the only one who has respect for God and thinks about what God's going to think with everything I do. And that's no hate against any of my friends or any people I hang around because we all find God on our own time. We all find God on our own time. So we can't compare ourselves to other people. But when we're feeling alone like this and we feel like we have nobody and like it's just us, we got to remember that God, He wants us to be alone. He wants us to value our alone time because He puts us alone for a while on purpose because He wants us to learn that He's the only one that we really need. We really only need God. We don't need all these other people around us. They're just an added blessing. And in the same way, when He puts us alone like that, when He makes us feel alone in a way, I'm not saying God does that as He's punishing us, He's terrible. No, I mean like sometimes we feel alone as a test. Like, can we really handle this? Can we really handle walking this path alone from God? And that's the thing. It's very uncomfortable sometimes because when everybody else around us is going with the world, doing our things, and then we're trying to follow God and we're on our own narrow path, the whole masses, they're all going this way and then we're going that way. It's it's hard and it's unsure because it feels so much more comfortable when you're in the same seat as everybody else because if they fail or if you fail, then they fail too. You're not alone. But when you're with God, you're still not alone either. God is with you. And that's the thing we forget a lot of times. And another thing we forget is when we think we're alone, we're with us 100% of the time. God is too, but we forget that we're with us 100% of the time. Some people hate themselves, they hate who they are, but you're with yourself 100% of the time. If you don't like how you are, if you don't like how you're acting, then change it. Pray to God, change your ways, and fix your life because you're the only one besides God, don't forget that part, that truly cares about where you're going to make it, who truly cares and wants you to succeed the best. Nobody's going to come, obviously, and come knocking on your door saying, you got to come make $1,000,000 today. You got to come PR in this race today. You got to be your best in this boxing match, this baseball game, this sporting game today. No, you have to do that yourself. You have to learn to do that yourself. And that's the thing that a lot of people forget is no one's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you and hold your hand and pull you along. And I feel like that's the problem with our generation sometimes these days is because a lot of kids get babied. A lot of kids get everything handed to them when they're young and their parents are just up their butt holding their hand. But no, you got to learn that not everybody, you're not always going to be having your hand held through everything. And something else that I had to learn when I was alone is being alone, it's the price you pay when you decide to change. When you decide to change your life, you decide to start doing the things that you need to do. When you decide to start following God's path, and following your drive, I mean, you're going to be different because everybody else, they don't really want to be doing that. So you're going to be focusing on your things, and then your friends and everybody else is going to be over here partying and doing whatever they want to do. And you got to realize that loneliness, it's going to be the price you pay for a while, and it sucks. But if you make it through that, it's going to be amazing. A lot of people are going to respect you for how far you've came, and God's going to put people in your life that are going to be there with you, who are going to be working towards the same things that you are. And that's what we also forget sometimes, is like the loneliness, it's not forever. We're not alone. We're not the only one out there who's going through these things. There's other people, and I feel like that's something that I need to do, is like at church, joining the small groups and things like that. Like there's a lot of people who are like-minded of us. We just have to put ourselves out there and find them. And it's kind of hard in high school sometimes, because especially if you go to a small school, like you're just stuck to the same core, like straight group of people. You don't really get to explore outside of that, because especially like I said, if it's a small school, most of them think the same. It's, if you leave one group, then everybody's against you because everybody knows each other. Everybody's tightly knit together, you know what I mean? Another thing, like when you change, you don't have to completely stop talking to those people that you talked to before. Like, sure, you need to be on your own thing. You need to kind of like not completely get them out of your life, but I mean, you can help them too. That's the thing that we need to work on. Like, even if they don't have the same values as us, even if they aren't striving to be with God like we are, we can still keep hanging around them when we can. Like, sure, don't let them get as super close so they don't start rubbing off on you and you don't start going back to your old behaviors. But we can plant seeds. We can keep reminding them of God. And it's not just going to happen like that, but eventually it may not seem like they're taking in what you're saying. It may not seem like they care or they're even understanding it, but eventually it's going to click with them. It's going to take them and the Holy Spirit to work it out on their time. And eventually all those things that you've been saying to them about God, how he's always there, they're going to go through some sort of hard time or struggle, and it's going to finally click with them. But back to what I was saying earlier, God, he needs us to be alone. This whole time, these past like 5 or 6 months have been like the most alone time period for me. I haven't really talked like I got my friends I talk to at school and stuff, but like I have work, I come home, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm alone. I'm like on my own thing. And this time that I've been so alone, I've been off of social media, besides making content and stuff, it has been the time that has helped me get this close to God. It's been the time that I've been able to read more. I've been able to understand his word. And that's honestly like historical too, like in the Bible, like Moses and Jesus, whenever God talked to them, they went up on the mountain, or like on the other side of the mountain. They were alone from everybody else. And that's when God talked to them the most. And I'm not saying that God doesn't talk to us when we're with other people. Sure, he definitely does. But I'm just saying that he needs us to be alone too. And for me personally, like this time period I've been going through, when I'm alone in the car or I'm alone in my room reading at night before I go to bed, that's when I feel God the most. So that's mainly what I want y'all to take away from this, is God needs us to be alone. Do not feel lonely, because you are with yourself all of the time. God is with you all the time. You're never truly alone. So never think that. Never think that you're truly alone. If you're feeling alone, pray to God, read his word, and I can guarantee you that it'll comfort you. I love you guys. I thank you for listening to this one. I'm sorry it was a little bit short. I'm planning on getting guests very soon, so they're definitely going to get a bit longer once I get that, because we'll be yapping. But I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and take care of yourself.